Welcome to EHC-TV. My name is Hope Shockley, and this is your EHC-TV Sports Interview. It has been a historic season for Emory and Henry women's soccer, as the team picked up its first South Atlantic Conference victory in school's history, and it is battling to make the conference tournament. Joining us today on set is head coach Filipe Barateiro. Filipe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
So this is your third year here and second year as head coach. What would you say is the difference between this year and last
year? I don't say there's a big difference. I think in terms of the group, yes, there's a big difference because the recruitment was different. I think the profile of the athletes that we brought was a little bit different. I think even in terms of coaching staff, we changed a bit our philosophy, the way what we believe in, the way we approach certain situations. But I think the biggest difference has to be all credit for the girls. The girls that we brought in this year, the way that even the returners came back, and it was very clear the work they put towards, the summer and, what they did on off season as well. I think for me that was the biggest difference. Very proud of things are going so far. And we have to keep going.
Good. One of the highlights, as I said, was the first win in SAC was against Anderson, a team that finished the top 4 last year. What did that victory mean to you and the team?
Yeah, I was sharing with some of my friends and I was saying, I think in coaching, there's just a few moments that you wish you could go back and live it for the rest of your life, I guess. And Anderson was one of them because it's not just, like you said, the fact that was Anderson who finished top 4, but the fact the way we won the game, which was we are 1-0 down at halftime. We knew it was going to be a very tough game, and at halftime our conversation with the girls is believe because we are good enough. And then we come back, again, all the credit to the girls. We start the second half strong, score once, score twice, and holding for that win. I mean, it has to be one of, if not the biggest moment in the history of the program. So, very, very proud, and obviously that helped massively for us coaching staff and helped the girls moving forward as well from there as well.
So, going off that, how would you say that big win changes your mentality?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was super important, especially came in the perfect moment, which was the first game in the SAC.
Right.
Makes us realize that, all the girls stopped for a second and we're like, you know what, we can achieve something.
Right.
And I think even as coaching staff, we were very confident that this squad was going to be what we thought it was going to be, but having that first win right away, it took a lot out of our shoulders as a team, as a coaching staff as well, and made us realize, more than ever, we have to believe, we have to keep working hard because we will upset more people, and we have done it. So I think it was very important to change our mentality in a way that we know that we're good enough, we can feel good enough because we are good enough.
Yeah. Along with the winning mentality, can you talk a little bit about your coaching style and how you approach games and practices like that?
Yeah, so we tell that to every single recruit that we talk to, inclusive the girls know me for a while, most of them. We have a coaching philosophy of individual over soccer player. Obviously the reason why we bring the kids on campus and the reason why we recruit kids because we believe they are good enough to be here. We believe they have enough quality to play for us here at Emory. But that's not what is going to make them recruit them. What is going to make them come here is the fact that they are good people. Super easy to find good soccer players nowadays, but not easy to find athletes who can match our culture and match what we're trying to do here.
Right.
In terms of preparation, we try to give as much detail as we can to the girls. We give a lot of emphasis to our scan reports when we analyze the team. And we try to, the way we see the game is by paintings almost. So, when we create our final painting, we want to make sure all the details are right before we present it to the girls. So every practice we try to focus on a small painting, whatever the topic is for the day, and then we move on to prepare for the game. But a message that we try to transmit to the girls all the time is the pressure. Okay, that there's pressure from us coaching staff to the girls, not a negative pressure ever. There's no pressure to win, but there's a pressure to perform and train well.
Right.
As long as we are training well, as long as we are performing well, the results will come. But we don't coach, scoreboards. We coach performance, and if we can achieve the performance that we're looking for, the closer we'll be to win games, and that's the most important part.
I like that. So on Wednesday, the team will go to Mars Hill for a rescheduled game. At this point in the season, like you said, pressure-wise, how much pressure does a team feel to pick up as many points to hopefully squeeze in that final playoff spot?
Yeah, that's a thing that we've been talking about a lot as coaching staff, is that pressure, and we talked to the girls about that. It's the fact that I don't think it's pressure from the girls or from us or anyone else. I think it's the pressure of we feel that we're good enough and we feel that we are so close to make it that automatically we as human beings, we put that pressure on us to make it through, right? And the funny thing is, even though that I agree with you that we're trying to, make as many points as we can to make to the final seed, if we make the points that we can make, we might not even finish final seed. We might finish middle of the table. As of right now, if I'm not mistaken, top of my head, I think there's only 2 or 3 points that distinguish between us 9th seed and the number 5. Right. So winning against Marshall Wednesday as well already can put us already number 5 or even number 6. I mean, around those, those seedings. So yeah, I think the girls we all feel the pressure, I think, but we try to transmit the message that it's a positive pressure. Right. Because in anything that you do in your life, you're going to have pressure to do well, especially if you're a professional and if you're passionate. One of the core values, or we have our core values within our program. Within our core values, we have a massive bubble that covers everything that is called passion. It doesn't matter what core values you have in your team. If you don't have passion, nothing else matters to us. In the moment that you are passionate about what you do, you're going to feel pressure to do well in what you love. Yeah. So we try to manage that pressure the best way we can. Obviously, it's always a challenge because we are human beings, right? We all have vulnerability, we all have insecurities, we all have all that stuff. Like, we are complex beings, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a healthy pressure, and we just have to take it game by game. Stop looking at the standings, stop looking what other people say. Just focus on ourselves, do what we do well, and go game by game and see what happens at the end.
I like that. So Sunday is senior night. How would you like to remember these seniors and the role that they've played from the transition from D2 to D3?
Sorry, but senior night is probably the most difficult night for me all the time, because I love every team that I work with. I love the girls. I hope I had an impact, even if it's a small impact in their lives, the same way they have a massive impact in mine. Right. I tell them, all the time, on the senior night, hopefully they'll learn a little bit from me, while I learn a lot from them. Right. So it's a night that I never look forward to. Yeah. But it has to happen one way or another. But for the seniors, I mean, they were super special what we did here. I don't know if you guys are aware, but they were the first Division II class. Right. Because it was that transition when we were already declared Division II, but we were not in the conference. Right. So that was the first year that they were recruited. It was not easy for them because it was a big adjustment going from Division III to Division II, and then the first year where we're not playing a conference and we go to one of the toughest conferences in the country. It was a big change, but these girls are a big piece of what we're doing here. I'm glad that even though this season is not over and I know it's only 5 games, but it's a lot of games. There's still a lot going on. I'm glad that we're at least going down this path. Yes. And I'm glad they were able to get their win, which I know was very important. And also, let me just add this, it gives a lot of respect to all the alumni who graduated from me the last couple of years who were not able to pull it through. Because I know there's a lot of girls who graduated from me last year, 2 years ago, who are really pushing forward for us to achieve this. So again, I know we're talking about the seniors, but it's not just seniors, it's everyone else who came here. And I know for a fact that right now we're all pushing towards the same goal, and that's what's going to make us stronger. So again, I would love these seniors to get out of there with us qualifying to the tournament. I think it will be something incredible for them and for us, obviously.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to ask you some speed round questions, if you're ready for it.
I hope so.
What is not an Olympic sport that you think should be an Olympic sport?
I'm a soccer guy. I have to say beach soccer.
Right.
Has to be beach soccer. Yeah.
What's your favorite form of potato?
I like mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
I'm a big fan.
Do you put anything on top or just mashed potatoes?
You Americans are a little bit weird. I'm Portuguese. We don't eat a lot of potatoes, but mashed potatoes, yes, I like that. I don't put anything on top, anything crazy.
On top, just mashed, okay. What's your favorite body of water?
Oh crap, I forgot what. Sorry, sea, obviously.
Okay, the
obviously.
ocean, yeah.
The sea, I mean, I'm from Portugal. I live, 10 minutes from the beach, so sea has to be something. I miss a lot around here, that's for sure.
Not 20 minutes from the beach, I hear.
Not 20 minutes, for sure.
Do you have any useless talents?
Soccer,
9?
if that counts. But no,
Yeah.
not that I can think of, to be honest
No?
with you.
Okay, me neither. But anyways, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck as you go to Mars Hill, and we'll see you on Sunday for senior night. This has been your EHC-TV interview. I'm Hope Shockley, and we'll see you next week.